So here we are, finally sitting in front of Visual Studio Code. I just as promised, I opened up a new browser tab so that I can have it on the side, and we're gonna go ahead and start building out that very first React project. Inside of here, the cool thing about VS Code is that you can have a terminal running inside of it. And so, since we're going to be starting out completely fresh, I kind of want to show you this feature inside of VS Code. That way, you know how accessible it is. So, from here, we're going to look at a couple of the directories, and I'm going to move all the way over to my code folder. And inside of that code folder, now I already have a bunch of other projects that I've done or worked on or tried to get started. So don't mind those right now. What we're going to do is we're going to follow the documentation and we're going to build our very first React app. All right. So now that you have your Node.js already installed, you have NPM already installed, we're going to go ahead and start out with the first command. And we're going to start with npx space create dash react dash app. And for the third portion of this, you're going to name your app. In this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to strive for building a new portfolio where I can show off some of my work. So inside of this next value that we're going to pass, I'm just going to call it portfolio. Pretty simple. I'm going to hit enter and then hopefully watch it fly. So as you're seeing, it's already going out, picking up packages. You can see right here, it's using Yarn to install those packages. It's following a template. And we're going to give it just a few more seconds to go ahead and finish out building out our very first project. Okay, so more dependencies. We're just seeing a few more things being added. It's even cleaning up some of the older items. Okay, awesome. So as you can see here, it even gives you the suggested commands for it to get started. So what we're going to do is we're going to cd portfolio. All right. Now, don't mind some of this other stuff. This is being brought in by the ZSH. But what we are going to do is we are going to run yarn start. Now, it actually opened up my project in a separate tab that I have on the side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you this right here where it says local. Your new server that is going to be hosting the website is going to be located on localhost 3000. Or you can also use this right here, an internal IP address. Now, I went ahead, typed it into my browser. We're using port 3000. Gonna hit enter and look at that. We already have our React project going. Now inside VS Code, what I want to do is we're going to open up the workspace. This way, we can actually make all the modifications directly into our project. So inside here, there's code. And inside here, we're going to be looking at portfolio. And then, oops, I actually opened up the wrong thing. We're going to go to file. We're going to go open. And inside here, we're looking for portfolio, and now this time when we click open, it should open up our project. So as you can see, here's our source folder. Here's our public folder. Here's our node modules. Now, just to briefly go through, the node modules are some of the added items that are required to make not only the server work, but some of the internal components for React work. Consider it like where all of your libraries are stored when you download them from the internet. Your public folder is going to be essentially what it's called, a public folder. This is going to be where your HTML file is going to be housed. Your source folder is actually going to be where all of the main components for your React project are going to be housed. And then there's going to be a few other files on the outside of that. The real one that I wanted to focus on was this one, this package.json, which we'll go into a little bit more details in the next video. But definitely just look around, see how you feel about it, and there you go. That's the start of your React project.